And we're live from Facebook.
We are live.
Parts unknown.
That was weird. It wasn't working.
I clicked start broadcast. I guess I didn't click it hard enough. I don't know.
Because Mary's messaging me saying you're late. And I'm like, I don't know. I can't find it. I'm trying to share it and I couldn't find it. So
You have to click start broadcast, and it says, "Are you sure you want to start?" And you have to click yes. So I clicked start broadcast, and I started sharing. Then I looked up, I go, geez, nobody's watching, even myself. Oh, wait a minute.
okay.
I did not
So
click.
you were the problem. I'm like, I'm like super hot now because I was panicking. Like, I can't find us. Hi, Chris, Susie. Who else is here? Mary. I think I saw Katie.
Katie was
Katie was here, yep.
Mary saying Stan wasn't sure he wanted to broadcast. Stan
I'm like
last week,
melting.
and I forgot everything. I go back to broadcasting school. It was a busy week for Holly and for myself. And Justin, you had some rough times with your brother.
Yeah.
My daughter got married, and Holly toured the country. So we were.
I know.
busy.
I'm home. Look at the background. This is home. Like, that's amazing. That's news right there. That Holly's home.
That's the parts unknown is Holly's house. She just she's like, well, where
No idea. Where is this place? Right? I don't remember this. Okay.
Because next Tuesday I won't be home again, so we'll see where I'm going to be next Tuesday.
Oh, you won't be home next Tuesday? Okay.
But I can be on the show, but I won't be home.
New son-in-law, North Idaho.
So my Aunt Carolyn, she lives in Florida now, but she's visiting Idaho right now for her son's wedding, my cousin's wedding.
Okay.
Cool.
Hi, Jody.
That's why Stan was confused. Because of the son-in-law, or because we missed a week. I'm not sure which one it is. I think it's the new hat. I got a new hat.
It is a new hat.
You got it? It looks like a Bass Pro Shop hat, and you just took our emblem and put it over it.
Actually, I went to the dollar store today, and they had these hats for $3, and I have the patches. So I bought a hat for $3 and sewed a patch on. So
looks good. So even that's how it works in Canada too. Even the dollar stores aren't dollars; they're even more inflated.
Yeah, like Dollar Tree. Everything in Dollar Tree is $1.25.
Oh my gosh!
Like I think everything in the U.S. it's $1, right? At Dollar Tree.
$1.
Yeah,
it's a bucket or quarter staff, but I'm not telling him that.
Crazy.
Yeah, but because of the exchange, so they have to charge more. Everything's more expensive in Canada, but the dollar is worth less. So I end up paying more when I go to the U.S. Then I guess I don't know. Dollar Tree, it's all $1. Yeah, in Canada, the Dollar Tree, it's $1.25. And they had those big cans of Pringles, the supersized cans of Pringles. Mm-hmm. So they had them on the shelf, and they were labeled 2 for $1. So I'm like, that's a really good price. And then I'm looking, and it's like, well, no, they didn't change the ticket because it said Nestle Water 2 for $1.
Oh.
But still, anything that's not labeled in the Dollarama is $1. If there's no ticket on it, the rules are it's $1. But otherwise, I'll have like this hat had $3 price tag on it, so it's $3. That's the same store. So I'm thinking these are $1. That's a good price even for the big cans of Pringles,
right?
So I'm
Dollarama. That sounds like something out of The Simpsons.
Yeah, Dollarama. It does sound like something out of The Simpsons, but it's a national chain across Canada, like Bolorama on The Simpsons.
Yeah.
So I get to the till and they're $3. I go, well, there's no tag on it, so that means they're $1. And she goes, oh yeah, no, they forgot to label them. It's like, all right, whatever.
See, in California, they would have to give it to you for that price.
Actually, in most stores in Canada, if it scans at a different price than what it's labeled, you get it free up to a maximum of $10.
That's even better.
Hey.
Yeah. So if something is labeled $9 and it scans at $13, you get it free.
One time there was a Hello Kitty bicycle out front in Walmart, and it had a tag of $13. I think like another digit fell off of it. And because it was like $100 bike. And so I went to a manager. I said, how much is this bike? And they're like, oh, it's $89 or whatever. And I said, well, the tag says $13, but it was a big sign and it was a 1 and a 3. So they had to give it to me for $13. I'm like, can I get another one?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. You only get the first one free.
Yeah.
So that would be $3 if you were in Canada. But it has to be a store that is part of the Scanning Code of Practice policy.
Yeah.
Which is Canada-wide policy, or maybe Manitoba-wide. No, I think it's Canada-wide policy. But the store has to agree to be part of that policy or not be part of that policy type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if it's like an apple or something that needs to get weighed, that's not part of it because it's UP has to be a scanning product. So there's all sorts of,
all sorts of rules, I'm sure.
Yeah. Anyways, we have a tip of the week.
Yeah.
we're all jumping all over that one now, aren't we?
All right, let's get to this.
Are any of us awake? Raise your
I'm not. I'm watching the Olympics. I'm too busy watching the Olympics too. What's going on over there? Ooh, someone's swimming. All right. So, who has the tip of the week this week? What the hell?
The tip of the week. I'm dizzy now, Stan. Come on. The tip of the week is something that I've been saying for months. Just go. Don't wait. Everyone keeps waiting. Just go. It's constantly getting busier. I know I went back in January and I went again in March, and it was already so different. I know George just went and Dan just went. And
I was there in what was it, February? I mean, March?
Yeah. So just things aren't changing. I mean, they've been exactly. I don't know. We don't want to get
like whatever rules are going on right now. Just wait a minute; they will change because that's what's happening right now. Right. Every day is a new experience there. Where do you find these, Stan?
I have no idea. He always has a good one.
Just do it. Don't let your dreams be your dreams.
But no, I would agree. I would agree with you there, and the tip. By all means, just go. I mean, there's nothing left to wait for. You might as well just go when you can. And just enjoy it because no matter what, it's still going to be Disney. It's still going to be a great time.
Right.
Exactly.
And there's always going to be some obstacle some way. So another tip that I wanted to say, to mention that from Dream Creators Travel, I was listening to the coffee talk that they did, and I had no idea. So if you're planning a trip to Universal Studios, I'm sure I guess it's just Orlando because I don't think Hollywood does this, but if you purchase your tickets through a travel agent, hey, Derek, you actually get the early admission included as if you were staying on Universal Studios property. I had no idea, but you have to purchase your tickets through a travel agency. So Jennifer was giving us that tip on that Coffee Talk episode that she did. So did you guys know that?
I did
see
not
that again.
know
I was too busy reading comments.
I know. I could see you looked like you weren't paying attention.
I was glossed over. I'm like, hey, wait a minute.
If you purchase your Universal Studios Orlando tickets from a travel agent like Dream Creators Travel, then you actually get the early admission included. And you usually only get that included if you stay on property at Universal Studios. But you get that if you just purchase your tickets through a travel agency. That's an additional perk.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really good.
I had no idea because most likely, I mean, there's a good chance that when we do Universal Orlando, we're probably going to be staying on Disney property. So as long as I just buy my tickets through Dream Creators Travel, then I'll still get that early admission perk included. What
nice.
What are the comments? You're like cracking up.
Anna's distracted by shiny things.
Yeah, he really is.
That is I did not know that. That is good to know. Ooh, squirrel.
Thank you, Derek.
It is a good perk for sure.
Yeah. And here's another one. Book a 3-night, 3-day park package with them and received a $25 gift card for your vacation. So that's just by mentioning us.
An extra $25.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Chris agrees. That's really okay. Now I want to go to Universal just so I can stay off property and get early admission.
Right?
I have absolutely nothing.
I really had no idea until I listened to the episode today.
Okay.
So,
yeah. So to get the $25 gift card, you must mention Grand Circle Tour sent you. And the easiest way to get in touch with Jennifer and Julissa is to visit Busy Moms Planning Disney on Facebook and just message them from there. I mean, if you're watching the show, chances you're on Facebook, but if you're not, then you can email them as well. And go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, honestly, that's easier to reach them than going to the dreamcreatorstravel.com because you have to search through all the agents and you want to specifically look for Jennifer and Julissa. So,
the messaging them from their Facebook group is easier by far, for sure. Wow, that's good. That's fun stuff. Mary is saying that viewership is down on the Olympics. Well, yeah, no kidding.
Why do you say that? Because of the drama?
It's a year late to start with, and
people were waiting last year to watch. No, it was
they gave up waiting. They were waiting last year, and now they're like, no,
you got to stay up till 2 a.m. to see anything. So that's why I'm so tired. I've been staying up till 2, 3, 4 in the morning.
So what's your do you just love it all, or what's your favorite category or sport?
Well, I love it. My favorite is when Canada wins gold medals. That's my favorite.
Okay, great.
but no, I enjoy watching all of it. I have a really hard time getting into soccer. I watched actually the Canadian women today, but I don't get soccer or football, whatever they want to call it. It was like an hour and a half, and there was 4 shots on net only. Like, my goodness, like, put up boards, make it smaller, make the net smaller, have only like 5 people per team on the thing, add ice, give them skates and like some sticks, and a little round bucket instead of a ball, and you got something.
Yeah, I don't understand most sports, so I just stay out of it.
Right.
Mary says, I want to do the Universal VIP tour after listening to your guests on the podcast. I did the VIP Universal tour in Hollywood, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, my problem with Universal is so many of their attractions are thrill rides and virtual rides. I didn't do anything. I didn't do any rides at all, but I still had a really good time doing the VIP tour because the food was so good. And actually, I have to say, one of the best character experiences I ever had was at Universal.
With who?
Bart and Lisa Simpson.
Oh, that's funny.
They were posing for pictures, and while everybody else was doing some kind of thrill ride, I waited till they got off. So I figured, well, I'm going to go to. I was right near Springfield, so I went in to see Bart and Lisa, and I bought a hat at the store, and then I
a big
went
donut.
And it was funny because I think I said something about I just want a picture with Bart, because there was both Bart and Lisa, and I said I just want to get a picture with Bart, and Lisa got really mad, and so she went off and was kind of crying and pouting, and I said something to Bart. I said, hey, remember when she used to be cool or something? And then I apologized and I invited her over. I said, okay, I want to get a picture with Lisa. And then Bart got mad and he kept walking in front of the camera. So I have all these pictures of Bart.
That's funny.
Blocking our view because he kept walking back and forth.
They have some really good characters actually at Universal.
Yeah.
Especially like the monsters, like Frankenstein. He's really creepy.
Oh, I didn't see him. Mm-hmm. The Grinch had a massive line.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure.
Christmas when I went, and he was hilarious.
Really good.
Just standing there watching him.
So funny. Yeah.
I saw a TikTok where USA athletes were doing their laundry in their bathtubs.
Oh, geez.
Mary showed me this video of where like how they had to eat at the Olympics, how much they had to sanitize and wear gloves, and they had to sit in these little like cubbies, and they had 10 minutes on the clock to eat. And
really, I didn't put the time limit.
Yeah, they said 10 minutes.
That must be the American.
That's not really healthy to like shove the food in.
I believe that was every lunch I had in high school was about 10 minutes. So
yeah,
except for the sanitizing part. Mm-hmm. The Canadian athletes, they have like every other seat being used type of thing, and there's plexiglass in between them, and they seem to have all sorts. Like it was like 90% empty. There was like nobody in the dining from what I've seen. Same with Ireland. I saw I was watching an Irish YouTube video, and he went to the Olympic Village and he was videotaping. He was the only one there eating. There was just him and his coach or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know.
The athletes, they're used to being on a timer.
That's true.
Yeah, true enough.
That is true.
The TikTok that explains their food. Wow. I like to see that. I'd like to see that. Mary, if you can send that to me.
That's it.
Yeah. I just love the Olympics so much. It's just my favorite time of year. It's like Christmas. So what are we talking about now that the show's half over?
Well, at one point we were going to talk about Holly's trip.
Yeah. So
Holly went on a trip.
Yeah, I don't think the whole trip, because that will take a while, because we were gone 2 weeks and visited 10 states, which is crazy. But yeah, we went to Dollywood. So I know Derek is in the chat and he's been, but I think he went when he was when he was younger. But that was one of our main destinations, was to get to Tennessee, to go to a few cities there, but definitely visit Dollywood. It was something that I've always wanted to do for many years, and it definitely didn't disappoint. That's for sure.
Now, I used to live in Tennessee for a while,
mm-hmm.
and Dollywood is one of the places I never got to.
Wow.
At one point we had I think it was my wife's parents were visiting, and we decided we were going to go up to Dollywood, and they happened to be closed that day.
It was so fun for you, I told you.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's like the Griswold trip. Yeah. Okay, so I'm wrong there. Derek, you go often, but you haven't.
Go ahead. I was half expecting you to get there and to have that happen to you, honestly.
No, I had reservations. So we had to have reservations. But so Dolly Parton does a lot of like nonprofit things with children, especially reading. So one of the things was she gives free passes to like preschoolers or pre-kindergarten age. And for us, it worked out because we were able to get, they're called imagination passes. So we were able to get 2 of those passes for one for Lincoln and one for Monroe. So it actually saved us on 2 park tickets that day, which was really nice. It's an annual pass. Obviously, we won't be going again, but so she does that every year. So if you have kids that age, preschool or younger, it's something good to look out for. Okay, so I had some of the story right.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, and then she does a lot of reading where kids that don't have books or access to books, you can just contact the website and they will mail you free books. So she's really great in that aspect of giving back to the communities.
Yeah. I'm not sure how many people are aware of it, but yeah, Dolly Parton as a person is just amazing. She does a lot of amazing things and has done for many years. And so much of it, she just does quietly behind the scenes and doesn't want all the recognition for it necessarily. Right. She just wants to do good in the world.
And that's one reason why I really wanted to go, just to see her park. And so Simon asked, he's like, why would she even want a park? I don't know. I really don't know the reason why she created a park. I know that she loves the Smoky Mountains, and I think she wanted more people to experience it. But yeah, why would somebody of her celebrity status and, you know, wealthy want to create their own theme park and have that headache? I have no idea what the real answer. But if you thought she was amazing before, just wait till after you visit her park. Her park, like you could feel her love in that park. It was really amazing. There's so many little details, and now that I'm on here, I don't know what I did with my notes, but like just so many heartfelt details that she puts into the park. And let me look for those real quick.
It does seem funny, like okay, we all know Walt wanted to create a park for his kids and for his that he could ride the attractions on with. So he kind of started the theme park thing, and so then Dolly comes along and she's like what made, I agree. Like, why is it that she wanted to make a theme park, and why her as opposed to, say, I don't know, Mary Lou Retton or
I don't know. I know she mentioned numerous times in various aspects of the park that she grew up in the Great Smoky Mountains and she wanted people to experience it. And that could really be the only thing that I can think of, but why a theme park? So she does have a really beautiful resort there, and I actually priced it out, and it isn't too horrible price to stay there, but I don't know, maybe that's why she just wanted more people to go visit that part of the country. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so see, there you go. I didn't know that, Steve.
She bought an existing park to provide employment in the area.
Wow.
Derek says, I want a free trip in my entire class by entering an essay contest she did once. That's cool.
That's really cool.
She bought a silver dollar city and wanted to make jobs and grow that area. Okay.
Nice.
It's interesting. Yeah. I just find it interesting what type of person it takes to actually create a theme park.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
You had some pictures, Justin?
Well, these are Holly's pictures, but
so, Justin went along. He was our photographer.
Justin took the pictures.
So I think the first one here is a video.
So they did a fireworks show, and after the first
these are the
set
slowest
of
fireworks I've ever seen.
Then they did a drone show. So these are drones that you're looking at.
Oh, get out. That's cool.
No, it was amazing. So they did several little scenes like this. They did I don't know if I sent you the butterfly. I didn't want to send too many, but they did like somebody holding a balloon and kind of floating up in the air. They did that one. They did the butterfly, and it looks like the wings are actually flapping because that's Dolly's thing, is butterflies. It was so incredible. And then once they did the drone show, then they went back into the fireworks. But I've never seen anything like that before. It was so cool. So at the very end of the night, then Stan says, it was literally like 40 minutes till the park closes. Oh, you should take some pictures of the rides and the signage and we'll talk about it. I'm like, oh, thanks, Stan. And this park, I don't know how big it is, like acreage wise, but it is massive. So it's not just like I can just like walk a couple of feet and take pictures of all this stuff. It is massive. In fact, we didn't even nearly go on like half of the rides. I don't know. There's so many attractions. So anyways, so I took pictures of whatever was around us, and we were actually in like the kiddie area. It's one of the newer areas.
So this is a future project for Derek, who's watching.
Right? So these are just little acorns, but they go pretty high. They don't like go up and down like a Dumbo or something, but it just goes to the very top and then spins around. But Lincoln Monroe rode it a couple times, and they really enjoyed that one. It was cute. All the rides are, I mean, right when we...
Oh, I love the story.
So this is really funny. So this was, I forget what it was called. It's going to be on the next slide. But this is Lincoln, my son, on the back, and some random girl on the front of that ride. So I put them in line. So Chris and Addie and Simon were off doing some big roller coasters, like what you see in the background there. What I was with the twins. And I put them in line. They were about to load onto the bears. And the next thing I know, I walk away to take a picture, and I see Lincoln coming around the corner on this bear with some random little girl. And so he gets off the bear, and I said, what the heck happened? Who is that little girl? And he says, I don't know. Monroe wanted me to ride the bear with her.
I guess so. I guess social distancing isn't a thing in Dollywood anymore.
Yeah, definitely not. So I'm like, well, that is the most just weirdest thing that they put him on. Yeah, especially no social distancing. But they did this numerous times.
And one seatbelt.
But look at Lincoln. He's so uncomfortable. Like, he doesn't want to touch her. He's holding back. And then there was this other ride, a frog ride, which I don't know if I sent you the picture for that, but they did the same thing. They put all these different kids all together in this little frog. I don't know. It was so funny. So funny.
Here he says she sent me that. And I'm like, who is that random kid? Well, isn't the frog ride? I thought that that the girl asked him now.
Yeah. So then, but they were just waiting to fill every single seat. So then from the bear ride, then he goes on the frog ride and some little blonde girl asked to sit with him. So then and I'm like, Lincoln, you were like the ladies' man. He was so embarrassed when I said that.
Holly's going to be in trouble.
Yeah, it was so funny. But I was like, where are their parents? Don't they think this is odd too? Like, I don't know.
Okay, hang on here. So we got a 25-pound apple pie for $190.
Yes. So I have a video, which I didn't send it. I already sent Justin so much stuff and I knew he had a lot already to do, but I took a video of this apple pie because they did have one in the display case there. It was so huge. I couldn't believe I put my hand up to the window, like, so you could see like just how big this is. Cause obviously that picture just does not do justice, but
I was going to say, I'm trying to picture a 25-pound apple pie. Like, I don't know how big.
Yeah. It was huge. I'm very curious to see how many of those that they sell, but
it'll feed at least 2 people, I think.
Crazy.
You thought Disney prices were high on their food?
Right.
You were complaining about, what is it, the $100 sandwich at California Adventure? Derek's asking if you got the cinnamon bread.
So the cinnamon bread is worth flying to Tennessee and paying admission for Dollywood. So I had heard about the cinnamon bread. So of course, once we got to that bakery, we had to get one. We devoured that. We got one loaf. We devoured it in like seconds flat. But I think did I send you a video of that, Justin?
Let's see.
Of them making it. Okay, so that's a cinnamon bread. You get a side of frosting for free. And then for 99 cents, you can add that little side of apple butter, which of course I had to. But it was so fresh and so hot, I could barely touch the bottom of that loaf pan. And we did get one to go and we ate it a couple of days later. So this is them making the magic. They dip the dough in some like butter concoction and then just lather it in cinnamon sugar and bake it off. It is, I shared it with my mom and she instantly looked up the recipe. So I know that she was going to see if she could try to remake that. It was so good. It was just so amazing. But it was only around $10 for that whole loaf.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Which is really reasonable. That was another thing.
How many pounds was it?
What?
And how many pounds was it?
24.
It was 2 pounds. So for $10 or $100, you can get. These cars are cool.
Yeah. So it's so funny because I said, I think this was my favorite ride. And Stan was like, oh, great. And you're going to be talking about this on the show. I mean, they had so many attractions, but this one.
And wants a hot tub filled with that. I'm not sure if he's talking about the butter stuff or he's talking about the cinnamon or he's talking about the
the butter. This was the cutest little ride, the Rockin' Roadway, I think it's what it's called. But they have all these different little classic cars and they played music in them. Like they blasted music when you rode around the racetrack and it had a little horn. And it wasn't like Autopia where you actually control the gas. It automatically goes, which is good because then you don't have that horrible gas smell that gives you a headache. But you do steer it. So it is on the same type of track as Autopia, the little with the metal thing in the middle where when your kids are driving, you get whiplash from side to side. But it was So that's funny, Derek.
The little diner across the street is fun.
Yeah, they had so many restaurants there. It's crazy. But yeah, this
So,
little
the music that they blast, is it like dolly music? Like country music, or is it?
They had all sorts of music, and I did take some audio, and I forgot to. I was going to share it with you guys. I totally forgot. But yeah, they had Dolly's music. They had country music. They had like full on like banjo music.
Both kinds, country and western.
But on the cars, they had like the classical rock. Like I think you can hear it in this video.
Okay.
Or not.
Justin has to crank up his sound to hear it, I think.
Okay, you guys don't get the audio?
I don't hear it.
It's like a surfer type music. I hear it.
Okay.
Let me see.
But that could be the Olympics. It could be that surfing is on.
Well, let's see. I can try.
Harry's saying it was a rock and roll. There we go. That was good. There we go.
But they had a different song every time you drove the car. But like that type of music. So
Those are
it was
really cool looking cars, though. Like, why can't Autopia have cool cars like that?
Yeah. And then just take away the aspect of people pushing the gas, because that makes that ride like so much slower, and the whole process and the line and what have you. But yeah, that was such a fun, cute little attraction.
So you drove out there. It took you how many days to drive out there?
What? Sorry.
I said you drove out there. It took you how many days? There we go. It's Chuck Berry. That song. How many days to drive out there?
Well, it's about 35 hours each way, driving straight through. So driving there, we took 2 nights just in random hotels on the way. And then we stayed 2 nights in Memphis so we could go see Graceland. And then 2 nights in Nashville. And then we stayed in Gatlinburg, which is about 20 minutes from Pigeon Forge, which is where Dollywood is.
And you had such a good time on the road, it took you 20 hours to get home.
Yeah. And then coming home, we stayed the first night. We woke up the next night because we left early every morning in the car, just so the kids could sleep for several hours. So it wasn't as crazy. But it was a 22-hour drive the next day, which was supposed to be broken up by one night somewhere, wherever. Usually we drive between 10 and 12 hours. And we're like, let's just drive all the way through. We didn't anticipate that. We didn't plan on that. But we're like, let's just get home. And when I say Chris drove the entire time -3 hours. He would not let me drive. He just kept saying, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. So the 2 times that he did let me drive was because he got out to get gas and I just jumped in the driver's seat trying to give him a break. But the first time there was an accident or road work. So we were basically stopped for an hour. And so that's when I drove. And then the next time we drove through a monsoon. So he wakes up and he's like, pull over. Let me drive. I'm like, it's fine. I'm fine. So yeah. So 3 hours out of that 14-day journey. All the rest of the time
when you're going through like the prairies, and Justin and I, we live in the prairies. We know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The car is going straight. The road's going straight. You can nap for a little bit.
How do you think I got to and from college most times? You know.
Yeah, Arizona. You could just nap for that part.
You just tie down the steering wheel and take a nap and back. I mean, that's
put it on cruise control. That's what it's for.
Right? Yeah, I think there was a lot of truckers doing that because some of them were all over the road sometimes.
That's the moonshine that you get.
Yeah. We had some of that too. Whew, that was awful. Chris liked it. It's like paint thinner.
Oh man, I can just imagine. Mary's saying, "Remind me to never drive around you guys."
Right?
It's different. It's different than the prairies. That's how they drive in Florida. The old Smoky.
Yeah. Derek, do you like the moonshine? I don't know. They had so many different flavors. It's crazy. And what's really nutty was they had so many moonshine distilleries and wineries, and they all do free tastings. Like, it's crazy. I mean, they're little teeny tiny, but it's like unlimited.
Unlimited free tasting.
Yeah.
Well, because you can only handle one sip and then you're done.
Yeah, especially there was Chris was saying there was one.
Okay, I'm done. That's enough for me.
Yeah, I couldn't do the moonshine. That was bad. So I thought this looked pretty cool at night. The mystery mine. I honestly didn't ride it because it went upside down, but it didn't just do a loop. It like went for a while, like straight upside down. So you were hanging upside down for a while, and I knew I'd get sick. But it looked really interesting. So I was going to go on it at the end of the night because I felt like I didn't go on enough rides. And Addie was like, don't do it. You're going to get sick. It wasn't that great. Like, because I really want to know what was on the inside of this mystery mine. Because on the outside they have like vultures and all this really creepy stuff. And so I thought it'd be pretty cool inside. She's like, no, she's like, don't do it. It's pretty rough. So
how does the theming compare to Disney? I hear that they hire some ex-Imagineers and whatnot for some of their attractions.
Yeah, I was actually really impressed with it. I don't know if you've ever been to Knott's Berry Farm, but it's like frontier type theming. It's really cool. The one thing that I was really not expecting was how clean everything was. Like so clean. It looked like brand new. Everything was really kept up. Where you shoot out of it? What?
You shoot out of the mine.
Oh,
yeah. Out of it.
They have some really crazy intense rides there. Some like really good ones, like that one. No thanks.
Okay, other than the acorns, I haven't seen anything I don't think I could do those acorns. I could do that bear, maybe. I think I might be able to do that one.
So there was quite a bit of rides that you could do, Stan. There's so many attractions there. I honestly didn't ride a whole lot of stuff, and I had the best day. And I love riding rides. Like, I would prefer going on rides and doing shows or parades. So, and I had a really great day despite hardly going on a whole lot. So I did ride this. This was the first ride we went on. It's a wooden roller coaster. I guess I didn't get a picture of the roller coaster. It was so intense. I was not expecting it. It was so fast. And Thunderhead, I thought the whole thing was falling apart. It was like you were on an earthquake the whole time. But I think that was the point of it. And it was like 3 minutes long. It was like forever.
Okay, so I got to write that down. Maintenance issues are questionable.
But I didn't know what to expect. So this ride was in the kiddie area, and Chris said that he got sick on this ride. And Chris went on the Eagle, which I have a picture of that later, which is the craziest ride. And Chris is in the chat. She can tell you about how crazy that ride was. But
Hillbilly Golf. But
the Mad Mockingbird is the next video. It was pretty funny.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Are those buzzsaws or helicopters?
You take that little flap and move it yourself so you can kind of control. But yeah, Chris said it was in the kiddie area, and it was so intense that he got a little bit sick on that.
I'm getting sick just watching that.
Oh, so funny.
There we go. There's something I could do.
A train.
I can ride the train.
So the train, did a 5-mile ride around, and it went back up into the Smoky Mountains, which was really cool. The only thing negative I have to say is that it was a real coal engine, so it gave off so much ash. Like, we were covered in ash after, and was not expecting that. And it smelled really bad too. But I mean, it was beautiful, and 5 miles, so it was about 20 minutes long, which was really nice. They did it every hour, like on the hour. But look at this, like so much coal. Like the ash was everywhere. Oh, it's pretty crazy. Hi, Adeline, Rosalind. Hi, girls. So this was like a rapids ride. I actually didn't go on this either. I don't know. I just didn't feel like getting wet and being. I was kind of a bummer that day. Like I didn't go on a whole lot of rides, but I totally enjoyed myself. But you can see everybody else on there. And Lincoln was absolutely drenched from head to toe. Like you could wring out his clothes.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of these type of rides either.
I love them, but I knew it was a long day and we were going to be there till after closing. And so I just didn't want to be completely soaked.
Yeah, when I went on that ride at Animal Kingdom once, Monica and I got like so drenched. We went back to the hotel in the middle of the day just to change our clothes. We got so drenched.
Exactly. I know. So that was why I didn't do that one. So they had a bird show there, which was pretty cool. But on the side of one of the hills over there, they had this eagle enclosure, and there was dozens of bald eagles. And so during the show, they had announced that this year alone, they had rehabilitated 180 eagles and re-released back into the wild. So that's really cool.
Nice.
Bald eagles are no longer endangered, but I didn't even know that. But it was so weird seeing so many bald eagles in one little enclosure. Because normally when I've seen them at a zoo, it's like one, but never dozens of them.
Yeah, they're not endangered.
Even our local zoo has one, but only one.
And I was like, are those eagles? And you get closer and there's dozens everywhere. It was so weird.
They just took crows and painted their heads white. Katie was shocked on that ride.
Probably soaked.
Oh, soaked. Yeah. Okay.
So this is another thing. Yeah, we renewed our vows. So she has this little chapel in the park there, and they actually do Sunday service every Sunday, which I think is another really sweet aspect of Dolly's nature. That and I don't know if they perform weddings there or not, but I just do know that they have a Sunday church service. And I know that Chris Bannis went, but during COVID, so they held the service outside because you couldn't go in because it is a small little chapel. I didn't get a picture of it, but she also has a replica of her childhood home growing up too on property, where you can see kind of like, how she grew up. It was like a 2 little room, little teeny tiny house. So she grew up very, very poor. But
did you have the was it the coat of many colors? What was that song that she sings?
Yeah, that's coat of many.
So was that in there in the home?
No, but she did sing that song in one of the, not her personally, it was on a video, but she had a Heart Song Theater, and it was kind of like the life of Dolly. So she sang several songs about growing up and talked about her life in this theater, and it was really sweet, really great.
Hang on, you get to go see Dolly in concert?
What?
You got to see her in concert?
No, I was saying it was on a video.
Oh, like she does a concert every night?
Can you imagine? That would be. So this one was, I wish I could have got better footage of this one, because this was the crazy intense one. It's called the Eagle or something. Derek, what is this? Is it the Eagle? But because it's in the Smoky Mountains, it's really hidden by a bunch of trees in the mountains, and you really couldn't see it all. But this one was crazy. So on each side of the Eagle, you kind of just hang. So your feet are hanging. But Chris was saying it was like the smoothest ride he's ever been on. But it is pretty crazy. It's really, really tall and does do several loops. So I opted not to do it. I think
I'm guessing this is when you're going up to start with, and then you drop off the other side there.
Yes. Yeah.
Looks
that's
like the
part of it.
At one point there, or am I seeing something different than everyone else?
Wait, what?
Looks like the tracks just kind of end. Like, did Simon design
on the other
this?
side.
Well,
See, once you're going down, you don't actually need the tracks anymore. Gravity will take care
you're
of the rest
literally
for you.
a soaring eagle. Yeah. Yeah. See, Derek was saying his wife
Mary knows
almost
the name of
passed
it.
out.
Called something I would not ride. It's called Stumping Span would not ride from the sounds of it.
Yeah, definitely not.
Derek thinks it's Soaring Eagle or something. It's intense. His wife almost passed out on
I think it was if I remember from the sign earlier, Wild Eagle.
Maybe Crazy Eagle. I don't. Yeah, but it was. I mean, it looks fun, but yeah, I didn't want to pass out. So this is where we took that picture, the family picture. So this is before you get on the ride.
Nice.
So this tree was really cool. I was going to send a video too, but at night. So once again, Dolly's thing is butterflies. All those butterflies change colors, and it was really pretty. They were doing a little free bird. They were doing a little dance party in this section. I had sent you those pictures of the old truck stand. So in this section, they had a bunch of old trucks, and they had dancers in the beds of the trucks. And then they had like a DJ. So that little pink and blue little area, that was a DJ booth. So they were doing some like dance party over there right before the fireworks.
Yeah, I like those old trucks.
Yeah. So they had an amazing museum for Dolly. It was a 2-story, a huge building of everything. I think all of her accomplishments, which if you could imagine how much junk, not junk, but it was just crammed packed, like crammed packed.
It was filled with junk. Kind of like when you go to the D23 Expo and you see Walt's home stuff.
Like every award she's ever received, every record. They had TVs all over the place showing previous concerts or shows that she had been on, every magazine covers she had been on, dozens and dozens of her outfits, which are just beautiful, and just shows you just how super thin she really is in the waist, of course. I mean, look at that waist. It's crazy.
She has big junk.
Oh, sorry, Dolly. But so it was pretty cool. There was 2 stories, but we opted not to go to the second story. But yeah, I love that outfit. And then that outfit on the right was one that she was in for the show that she did in that little theater.
Okay. She doesn't want it in her house. Get this junk out of here.
Yeah, there's tons of stuff.
I probably would really enjoy going through the museum. I think I would like that a lot.
Yeah,
I know I would. I'm a sucker for museums. Just
there was 2 full rooms of just photos with Dolly and specific celebrities, and then it would say who they were, when it was, but 2 full rooms of just photos of Dolly and other celebrities.
That is cool. Were there any, I don't like the virtual attractions at all. It doesn't seem like there's any virtual attractions.
No, there wasn't. Awesome. There was one ride that you could definitely do, but it was really bad, like cheesy, like it was blazing.
That's what I like. That's the like,
yeah,
like Tiki Bird.
But it was like a fireman themed ride. And you go into, it seemed like a mine. So kind of reminded me of Thunder Mountain, but just really terribly done. It was probably there in like opening day or something, but it was so creepy. They had these like figurines in there that were so badly done that they were terrifying. They looked like zombies because they were so scary. Like the twins were freaking out, and it was like so dark in there, and I'm like, this is really bad. But it was an easy ride, but we're like, oh man, this is
it on a boat? Is it
no, it's a track. It's a roller coaster, but you don't go very fast. And you had a couple little like drops, but not like drops, just like bumps, kind of like Pirates or something, just little tiny drops. But it was so bad, and we did not know what to expect because it was inside. Yes, the Blazing Fury, so bad.
Is that what it's called?
Wait, which one? I can't believe I didn't do which one.
It's Blazing Fury. I can't believe you didn't do that ride. It's the best ride there.
Okay, I did do that one. If he's talking about the blazing, and then there was this other fireman themed ride. Okay, so see, yeah, I could tell that it was a really old ride.
That makes sense.
It was another roller coaster, and it looked once again just like a pretty tame roller coaster, like Thunder Mountain. So I thought, okay, this is no big deal. Well, it starts out low, but you can't see the rest of the track. It is so high up and the track is so narrow. I was terrified. And then you go into this room and it has explosive and a fire breaks out, a real fire. And it's already 500 degrees there, right? So this fire breaks out and then like fireworks start shooting off and it catapults you backwards. So now you do this whole track backwards and you're so high in the air. I felt like we were on the Eagle, so high up in the air, going backwards, and it hauls butt. I was like, it was fun, but I was not expecting that ride at all. I don't remember what that one was
Blazing
called.
Fury?
No, the Blazing Fury was the zombie fireman.
Okay. The one I would like.
Yeah, the one you would like.
What was one that had the fireballs and you go backwards on?
Yeah, it like big flames, and they're like right
the name
next
of it?
to you. Derek, what's the name of that one?
Katie says that sounds fun. That one.
It was really fun, but I wasn't expecting it, and I'm like, oh my! We were so high up on the like such a narrow little, and then it was crazy because we were in the little like I don't.
That's fire something.
Oh, okay.
Fire butterfly or fire eagle, one or the other.
But you were in these little train carts, and they were so low, like, and you're so high, and I'm like, you could just fall right out the side. I don't know. It was crazy.
Fire Chaser Express.
What is it?
There's a Fire Chaser Express.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. Fire Chaser. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not doing that one.
Yeah. But so one of the things too, it rains a lot there, obviously, because it's so green and so beautiful. So on the day that we were supposed to go, it said it was going to rain all day long. So here in California, we don't experience that too much. And when it rains, most of the rides close, right? So I called ahead of time to ask her. And I said, we're from California. We don't deal with a lot of rain here. When it rains, a lot of the rides close. How does that work there? And she said, unless there's lightning, all the rides stay open, even during rain. However, if it rains, I think it was more than 1 hour, you just go to guest services and they give you a rain check to come back anytime in the next 6 months. Like, how cool is that?
Yeah, no kidding.
Especially, yeah, that's it. Especially in an area that gets a ton of rain, to still offer something like that to your guests. And they did close down the rides one time. They had a huge announcement saying, but only the outside rides. Like if they were, I forget but if it was tall, so if it was like the Eagle ride or some other category, then they did close down if there was lightning within 5 miles. So they did do an announcement one time saying our radar has detected. So, but it only lasted like 15 minutes and then all the rides were back open.
That's pretty cool.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And then another thing too, at the end of the night, so we had bought a popcorn bucket to get it refilled, and we were watching the fireworks, and I told Simon to go get a refill before we left. So we had some to eat on the way home. And he went over, and it was only $1 to refill. But the guy said, don't worry about it. I made too much and we're about to close. So he gave Simon a huge bag of popcorn and refilled our bucket and did it for free. Like little things like that just wouldn't happen at Disney. And I don't like to compare, but you kind of have to compare because, we're Disney fans here. But I'm like, oh my goodness, that would never happen. It was really nice and really unexpected. And then
I've gotten a lot of free refills at Disney over the years, but
never have.
It's fewer and fewer, I'm finding.
And obviously there's a lot of pixie dust and stuff that we get, but that kind of seemed like the typical thing. I don't know. And then once the park closed, then there was an announcement by Dolly herself saying, thank you so much for visiting, stay safe, and making memories. And it was very, very sweet message that was played through the park at closing. And then when we got on the tram to get taken to our car, the driver on the yeah, that's what my husband said. He said there's no way at the end of the night Disney would give it out. They would throw it away instead of giving it out.
I've gotten popcorn one time where they said it sat too long, so they gave it to me for no charge. And then another time it was the end of the night, and they said, "Yeah, here, I won't even bother charging you." They said.
Oh, well, that's good.
Quite a few times I've gotten free popcorn, actually. I've probably got more free popcorn than anything else free at Disney.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
So the tram driver, as he was dropping us off at they dropped you off like by your cars too. They didn't drop you off at one designated spot for the whole parking lot. He announced that once you get to your vehicle, if you have a flat tire, a dead battery, you locked your keys or lost your keys, just come back and let them know, and they will get somebody out to get you going free of charge. Like that was yes.
Did you tell me you needed a tank of gas?
I know. So we're like, that is so nice. Just little things like that just made me even love Dolly herself more. And I
heard that guy who gave that
That's funny.
He has gotten snacks at Big Top Souvenirs at the end of the night. We also gotten slushies and also Rice Krispie treats. Yeah, I've gotten pixie dust here and there. Got cotton candy one time.
Cool.
That's nice.
Yeah. It happens, but it's rare. It's cool that, like you say, it's your first trip and it happened right away. First trip. Right. That's cool. Did you ask for that $25 or that 25-pound pie at the end of the night?
Yeah, like how long? I mean, I honestly, like, how long do they leave it in there? They can't bake a new one every day, can they? I don't know. Just.
And the other thing too is, if you buy a $25 pie in the morning, you got to carry it around all day. Like,
well, I think you probably go with a large group and you eat it right there. Would be my guess.
Okay.
I can imagine trying to carry that thing home.
Taking it back on the plane.
Too funny.
Mary's saying it better be fresh. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, it should. Yeah, that's what Dolly does every morning. Is she makes a pie.
She goes and picks the apples.
Yeah, she gives it a kiss and then delivers it to this restaurant. Do they have the slices of the pie? Like, do they sell slices of it at least?
Yeah, they did. Okay.
Did you get that?
No, I don't like apple pie.
Oh, I want to try it now. I want to go there just for a slice of apple pie.
I'll have to send you the video of it.
I think it's like Survivor. If you can carry it around all day, it's free. You get immunity if you can carry it around.
Or if you can finish the whole thing, right? Eat the whole thing.
Oh, man. Well, it sounds like you had a great time. Did you do any like weird roadside attractions, like the biggest ball of twine or anything like that on the road?
What did we do? I don't remember. So there's this app that we downloaded. It's called Road Trippers, and it actually tells you when you're next to things like the biggest ball of twine. What did we?
Well, like, what are you? She's from Cuba.
Yeah, I'm Canadian.
It's like apple pie.
Chris, did we do any weird attractions? I don't remember. It was so long ago.
See, I always want to stop at every single oddball, like the biggest bubble gum.
Yeah, I had a list.
And everyone I've ever traveled with never wants to do that.
You know, we love, not only like the weird roadside museums, but anytime there's like one of these giant sculptures, we love to go get pictures. So it's like, it's a giant cow. All right, let's get our picture taken with the giant cow.
Yeah, we did get pictures of like a large cross. It was like 200 feet tall. So that was cool. I'm trying to think of what we did. I wanted to stop. Here we go. Just like I don't like Snickers, Mary. Get over it.
Snickers I can kind of understand, but apple pie.
Apple pie.
It's okay. Sometimes it's like just too much apples. I like the crust and the cinnamon and some apples, just not too much apples. I don't know. I thought Chris was watching, but I don't know.
We started late. We're ending late. I think that evens out somewhere along the line. As per usual, we're brought to you by Dream Creators Travel. If you can dream it, they can do it.
They can create it.
They can't do Dollywood. I asked Jennifer this morning, I said, hey, can you guys do trips to Dollywood? She says, no, they don't allow travel agents to book anything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but for Disney World, Universal Studios Hollywood, give them a call, send them a message, let them know you heard of them here, and they'll take care of you.
And I'm sure they'll do a great job.
Yeah. Speaking of Jennifer and Julissa, Jennifer was on this latest edition of the Grand Circle Tour podcast today and giving some good tips. The audio is a little bit off on that one.
It's because she was at the Poly, I think, walking on the walkway. So it was kind of hard to hear, but
very informative though.
Yeah, it was. Like I said, the one tip that I gave you guys, but
yeah. And it's a short one too. So download it, listen to it, click subscribe. Are they doing a Saturday morning show anymore? It says, do I need to delete this slide?
I was on
I thought they did this last Saturday, didn't they?
No, I don't think so. I never saw it, but I was on it the Saturday before for a few minutes while I was on my trip. But I woke up late, and then I tried to find it, and I couldn't find it. And I asked, "Did you guys do a show?" And I never got an answer, so I have no idea. I never found it, so I don't think
I got a notification on YouTube that they did one, but I tried to watch it live, and I couldn't find it.
I think it's because they did the episode with Jennifer. I think that's why they did it, because they titled it the Coffee Talk. So I think they recorded it with her.
Okay.
I don't know.
Because I saw something come up on YouTube that they did one, so I don't know.
Yeah, so I think that's why. I think because they did the recording instead of a live.
Yeah, because I was off this Saturday. I was actually going to tune in because of my daughter's wedding. That's not happening. I guess that's about it. Oh, solo show. No show this week. I'm hoping to record one Wednesday for next week.
Oh, but I listened to the trip report one today. It was good. I liked it.
Yeah, that was good. With Dan and talking about his trip to Walt Disney World.
Oh, Simon will be back on Sunday, so maybe we can record soon with Simon.
Yeah, I want to do another solo show with Simon because he was such an awesome guest. And I think anyone that listens to that one will agree. Derek says Holly needs a Snickers. Mary's saying put some caramel in your apple pie. And Mary doesn't like the skin on the apple pie. If you have skin on your apple pie, you probably baked it wrong. Or it's been sitting too long, one or the other.
It seems like something's wrong there, yeah.
Mary's saying, no, not last Saturday. They didn't have a show. Okay. Well, you know what? The YouTube that I got the notification of might have been of the recording.
That could be. I mean, if they were...
Yeah.
If they were doing the recording.
Yeah.
Thanks,
so
Derek.
anything else we got to...
I haven't been recording because I've been traveling, but I know that I guess I'm the host this Sunday. So what are we going to talk about? Mistakes of a Disney veteran. That's going to be our topic for this next.
Oh, I got some good ones for that. I should be on that show. I'm busy watching the Olympics. I can't be on. All right. Have a good night, everybody. See you next week.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.
Night, everyone.